Hey everybody, this is Mr. Olney. I will be your students, your children's second grade teacher. Like I said, I'm Mr. Olney. I got a little presentation here for you. I'm gonna make it short and sweet because I know a lot of you have like three, four of these to watch, and you're probably gonna get a lot of the same information. So I'm gonna kind of keep it short, sweet, and to the point. All right. So share my screen here. Like I said, I'm Mr. Olney, second grade teacher. We are in room 111. I'm in the front office. Take a right. I don't know if that's backwards on your screen. It's backwards on mine, but you'll take a right, and then you'll go past the library, and then you turn right, and we're the first room right there on your right. You should see a big Steamboat Willie on the old Mickey Mouse. If you're looking for it, that's our room. Like I said, we're right there on the corner. A couple things real quick to go over. Our schedule. Um, we are a lucky school. We actually have the opportunity. We're not going to be in our classrooms all day long. I know my wife teaches over at Glen Acres, and they have all their specials except for PE in their rooms. Lunch as well. Luckily, we don't need to do that. Fingers crossed that that continues. So we will have recess outside, lunch in the cafeteria, and then we'll get into more specials here in just a little while. And I'll let you know my schedule on that one, just so you know you're aware of everything. So basically, every day is going to be pretty similar. I always like to do my reading and writing in the morning. I always find that um, it's just kind of an easier thing after lunch, especially this year. We actually have lunch almost an hour, actually about an hour later than we have in the past. So that's going to be an adjustment for everyone this year as well, with needing more time to clean the cafeterias and stuff like that. It is going to take longer to get us into the cafeteria. So hopefully that's okay. We may have a snack or something in the morning for the kids because I know from 8 in the morning to 12:30 is when we're going to be eating lunch. That is a long chunk of time where kids might be getting hungry. So hopefully that'll be all right. Like I said, recesses before that. I always like to do reading and writing in the mornings. And all our specials are also going to be in the morning. So then after lunch, we are going to really be able to focus on math. Okay. And so I just find that that's kind of the best schedule, works for my class personally. So that's what I've been keeping. If we need to make adjustments, we can. All right. Um, got out of order here just a little bit, but that's okay. Special schedule. So, like I said, we're lucky we have the opportunity to have all specials outside of the classroom. So they go to art and they can actually do art. It's not just going to have to be like coloring and things like that. They can actually do some cool things. Library Monday 9 to 9:30, which is perfect. Having it on Monday, that way kids can take those books home, over any books over the weekend, read them over the weekend, and then Monday get new books. It's a nice little time for us to do that. PE is Tuesdays from 10 to 10:30. Wednesdays is music, 11:30 to 12. And I'll get back to Wednesdays here in just a second, which you probably already know already, but I'll talk about it anyways. Thursdays is art from 9:15 to 9:50. And then Friday, we are going to have music again, 11:30 to 12. Now, going back to Wednesday again, obviously the first two, if you haven't heard yet, the first two Wednesdays are actually going to be our practice e-learning days. So we will be in school Monday, Tuesday. iPads will be going home every day. I'll get into that here in just a couple slides. So the first two Wednesdays are practice e-learning days, which means basically you're going to take your iPad home and we're going to go through what we would be doing um, if we have to go to e-learning. Which again, hopefully we don't have to, but if we do, we're going to get some practice before it actually happens. So um, with that, we'll be using Canvas, which you may have heard, you may have not have heard about that already, but the first 4 days of school, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday. The kids and I are going to really be going through that pretty in depth. So hopefully by that first Wednesday, the students, kids, they bring their iPads home. They know how to get on Canvas. They know how to do everything. And basically it's going to be, it's like a website where they can go and all my stuff will be there. All of second grade stuff. We're all going to be doing the same thing. So, I mean, there's going to be plenty of teachers to help, plenty of students, kids in their classroom. They should know what they're doing to, or kids in their grade, even if they're in a different classroom. Okay. So hopefully it's relatively stress-free. It should be all right there. I'm gonna have all the assignments under an assignment link. You click that, you see exactly what you need to see. Should be pretty straightforward and going there. Okay. So again, that's Wednesdays. Hopefully after those first 2 weeks, we no longer have to do those practice e-learning days. And then you will have your music again on Wednesday from 11:30 to 12. So that is our special schedule. Couple things coming home every day. Binders. I'm not gonna send home binders. If you bring some in, we can use your binder. I'm gonna have folders. I forgot to change it from binders to folders, but it will go home every day. And in that binder, you will have your iPad conduct, and we're gonna get into iPads in the next slide here. But in that binder, you're gonna have your conduct sheets, any paperwork. You're gonna have your keep at home and return to school sides. Just do those things, either keep it at home or sign it and return it, whatever it might be, or it might be homework. And getting into that, actually, we'll get into that in a couple slides too. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Binders, they need to go home every day. They need to come back every day. Again, we want to make sure we're getting in that schedule of just bringing those things home and back to school every day. And that brings us to our next point, our iPads. We are going to start sending them home almost right away. We're going to take Thursday and Friday and do some stuff in class. Starting Monday, we're doing stuff in class. And then we are also going to be sending the iPads home every single night. This is something that we have to get used to. Again, it's a lot of responsibility for second graders. I think first and kindergarten are sending them home too every single day. I know that it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of weight that goes on there. But it's also very important because in, worst case scenario, we don't come back to school randomly one day, and we have to be ready to go and know what to do with our iPads. With those iPads, a couple things. Like I said, they're going home that first Monday. They're going home every night. And every night I believe we are sending home the charger. Huge, huge, very important pieces here. Number one, they have to come back to school. We don't know a whole lot. There's different studies coming out every single day, it seems like, about how long this COVID thing can survive on paper or books or pencils or whatever. So the bulk of what we are going to be doing in class is on the iPads. I love doing paper pencil stuff. I think handwriting is super important, but at the end of the day, if I have a kid, even spelling tests, we take those on Fridays. I'm not going to even be able to get to them to grade them probably until the next week, just because we want to lay them out and not touch them for a few days. We don't know how long it can survive. We're going to give them a few days. And so for any kind of writing or any kind of assignment where they have to turn in, I'm going to have to let them sit for a few days. And that's just going to make everything slower. Grades, getting back to the kids about how they're doing, and getting back to the parents and all that. So, bear with us for that. But again, that kind of shows you the importance of having your iPad not only at school every day, but charged and ready to go. Okay. If the iPad is at school, but it's dead, it's just kind of like a fancy paperweight. All right. So we got to make sure they are charged. So, my recommendation is just get into the habit. You bring it home. If you have an assignment or something you got to do on it, get it done. don't use the iPad as a play thing, a toy. I mean, we have it set up to where there's only so many apps they can even get into while they're at, I mean, they can't even get on YouTube unless it's on Canvas, and it's only going to bring you to the videos that we need you to see. It's not a toy. It's not a, here's a free iPad, go play with it at home. It is for assignments. So you get done with the assignments and get your charger block. Okay, you can, I would recommend charging it every night when you go to sleep. That's also another reason why I don't want these, don't take them to bed and watch videos on them all night or try to get around the security things, you know, get on YouTube or whatever. If you manage to be able to do that, you know, watching videos all night, you wake up, your iPad's dead, and you got school in 20 minutes, it's not going to be charged. And there are going to be consequences depending on if this is a continual thing that every day you bring your iPad in and it's constantly dead. You know, and then we plug it in at school and it seems to be charging fine, right? There's not an issue with it. It's, we're not using them how they should be. And again, I know I keep kind of hounding on this thing over and over, but it's super, super important to get these things charged every night so that we are ready to go every morning. Because like I said, we're going to be on them most of the day, and I'm not a fan of that, but that's the kind of the world we're living in right now, where it's just, you can get on your iPad. I don't have to touch it. I can see what's on your iPad using my iPad. We don't need to exchange iPads and germs to you know, help each other out. Okay, so important piece there. Make sure it's at school and charged every day. Again, we can charge them at school, but it's really hard to use it if it's on the charger because getting into another piece here soon, social distancing, you're going to have to be at your desk most of the day. And we're going to kind of get into that in just a second. All right. So iPads, bring them home every night, charge them every night. When you are done with them, if they are charged up, you can turn them off. Okay. Hold that button on the top till it pops up with a thing, says you want to turn it off or whatever. You slide or whatever, do what it says. Turn it off. It's going to save that battery. You put it in your backpack, put the charger in your backpack too. That way, if it does die, you have your charger and we can get that charged up and ready to go. Again, the charger, if we need to, we can use somebody else's charger during the day. If you do forget yours, we can help. But again, we want to exchange as few items as possible. So that we can go through there, okay, and keep from touching too much stuff, okay. If the iPad is forgotten, again, there's got to be consequences, just like coming to school with no materials, right? We need these things, and we need to be able to trust you. So you're probably going to be getting phone calls if the iPad is not in the backpack. You know, we're going to have some issues there. Hopefully not, but just to warn you, let you know, we need these iPads. We need them at school. All right. With that, I believe we're going here. Homework, kind of already talked about it. Most of second grade, most of the school, we're all going to be doing the same thing. I'm not going to be sending home stuff that Miss Bowers or Miss Odell is not also sending home. We want everybody on the same page. It just makes everything easier. There's a lot less questions on what, you know, this student has this homework, this student has this homework, why aren't they the same, right? Most of it is going to be on Canvas on the iPads. Again, we want people, we want the students to be able to do these without any help, you know, getting on what they need to be on and getting those things done, getting it charged and getting it back to school. Okay, so then we can continue the next day. We will be doing family reading. Again, I always like to do that, guys. You have no idea, this is the parents especially, reading with your children every night is an unbelievably valuable thing to do with them. It seems so simple, but it shows. If you are reading with your children and having them read to you, especially, it is so, it's wonderful. It's so helpful. You know, reinforces everything we do in the classroom, and it's just so helpful. So please be doing that. It's not something that you have to do this thing or you're going to get a bad grade or anything like that, but it is something that is super important. Okay. And then as far as Class Dojo goes, this is something that's not new for most of you. You probably use Class Dojo, guys. This is an awesome thing. I can let you know informally how your kids are doing. You log on to this thing, you get connected to our classroom. It's super easy. You go to the website and punch in this code that I'm going to send home on the first day of school with your kids, and it's going to bring you to their Class Dojo account. You're not going to see anybody else's, and no one's going to see your stuff. Um, so as soon as I give a point to your kid or take a point away if they're not doing what they should be doing, right, you're going to see that immediately. You're going to get a little notification. It's not a huge thing. It's not a phone call or anything like that. You just see right away, oh, my kid got a point because they were doing an awesome job. My kid lost a point because they were throwing something at Susie. Okay. So it's a great way for me to just really quickly, informally keep in touch with you. And also, there is a messaging thing on there. So I can send you a message, you can send me a message, I can send a message to the whole class, and then you can respond to that message. Again, you don't have to worry. It just looks like it's a one-on-one conversation between me and you. So you don't have to worry about anyone seeing your stuff again. But I can very easily talk to everyone I need to rather than making phone calls or sending letters home or anything like that. It's super easy. So um, when you get that on the first day of school, please log on there immediately. Again, it is super easy. Even if you have more than one kid, it's super easy. You get multiple things, that's fine. It's not any more work for you other than just punching in another code on that first time. Then once you got it, you're done, you're ready to go. Okay. So please get on that Class Dojo. It's a super easy way for me to contact you if I need to. And it just makes everything easier. Let's see. Talked about folders a little bit, first day of school things. We're going to have an iPad contract, Title I compact, just some things, let you know what's going on at school. Do an information sheet. I really hope you fill that out. It lets me get to know the kids a little bit better too, because I know I'm kind of flying through a lot of information right now. But more important than anything, I want to get to know your students. I want that relationship with them. And I want that relationship with you too. I want to know what are they into? What do they like to do? What are their hobbies? What do they hate? Right? Um, it's just helpful to know, what's the best way to teach this person or to build a relationship with this person. Um, so just get that filled out. It's super easy. More than anything, it's fun. You get to talk about yourself, right? Um, Papers to keep at home. Yeah, we're gonna have a flip book, and that's gonna be a lot of the information that's already on here. I'm already telling you, but that way you have it in writing, and you can flip to it if you need to. Welcome letter, same kind of thing. And Wi-Fi tips for iPads. That's a super important one. You're gonna want to see that because technology is great until it's not. And then having these tips can really help you out. Okay. And that's just gonna be what happens. I can't get my Wi-Fi or my iPad connected to the Wi-Fi. A couple troubleshooting things. Hey, did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? Okay, you tried all those things. It's still not working. Well, get it back to school, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. So don't worry about that too much. Just things to keep in mind, right? COVID. Now this could change. This could change tomorrow. This could change after I make this video. I might get an email later today and say everything you said about that is wrong. Hopefully not though. As of right now, what I have heard so far, masks are not required for kindergarten, first, and second. They are for third and fourth, but they are not for kindergarten, first, and second. However, they are highly recommended. I will be wearing mine all day. Adults have to, so I will. And I know they are no fun. I know they're a distraction. I know they're not comfortable. I know we don't like them. I don't like them either. However, I am going to be doing everything I can just to do what I can to make sure I don't give any germs that are not necessary to anyone else in the room. And I strongly encourage you um, to do the same. Again, you can get the fun masks. You don't have to use the medical masks or anything like that. You know, I've got some Disney ones, some Haunted Mansion ones, some Mickey ones. I'm a huge Disney fan, so I love that. I'm getting some fun ones so that it's at least it's something a little more fun than wearing a mask, right? Um, but I highly recommend that. We're doing the best we can to social distance in the room, but the room is not that big. If we can do little things like wear masks, um, it's going to be a huge help. Okay. Um, Social distancing, yeah, I talked about that. Supplying a water bottle. This is something, guys, I don't know. I know Glen Acres, like I said, my wife teaches at Glen Acres. They have plastic wrappings over the fountains. You cannot use the water fountains at school. Um, I don't know if that's going to be how it is at Miller, but I do know, again, that's a thing you can do. Take a water bottle from home. You can use the faucet at school. That's very easily cleaned, right? Fill it up with water. I do it all day. You have water bottles at your desk. You need a drink, take a drink. Um, Use appropriately, right? We don't want to be running to the restroom 15 times a day, but it's better than using the water fountain. Okay. And again, like I said, all this information I'm giving you right now could change later today, could change tomorrow, could change 2 weeks from now. Um, we're gonna roll with the punches. We're gonna be flexible. We're gonna have positive attitudes. All right. We're gonna try to make this year as good as it can be, right? No idea what's going to be in the future, but we're going to take every day as it comes and hope for the best. Okay. And finally, guys, if you need to get a hold of me, again, Class Dojo, that's right there. Hopefully you're seeing that. Um, that's going to be number one. It's so easy. As soon as you message me, it's on my computer all day. It'll pop up right away. I mean, it'll pop up in front of, while I'm teaching. It'll be a little bloop sound, and I'll know, oop, I got someone on Dojo. Again, it's not going to pop up so the kids are going to see what you're saying or anything like that. But if you need me, it's going to tell me right away. It's also going to go straight to my phone. I've got it on there. Um, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. This up here says respond within 24 hours. Over the weekend, I will probably still respond. I usually respond if I don't have anything going on right at that moment. I like to get all these things figured out. I hate having things on my mind. I'm sure you do too. If you're trying to contact me, I'm sure you want an answer as soon as possible. Um, you again, unless I cannot respond to you right now, right? If I'm teaching, I can't respond to you. But as soon as the kids are at lunch, specials, whatever, that's when I use that. That's what I use that time for. You get back to people and get stuff like that done. Okay. You can also call the school, ask to be directed to me, or you can use my email right there. Again, this video I believe is going to be going on Canvas or the school's website somewhere. But if you can't get on this, it will also be on that flip book I send home on the first day of school. Okay. So all that hopefully is good information. And I guess let me know if you need anything else. All right, guys. Thank you for everything you give me. I'm gonna stop sharing right here and end the video. I hope to see you on Thursday on the first day of school. All right. See you.